Yes, y'all. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Carter, and I'm back. And forget what you heard, because now you're locked into the truth. It's the real talk. What up, YouTubers? What up? Today I want to break down UFC 209, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson challenging Tyron the Chosen One Woodley for the welterweight championship of the world. And in spite of what you're hearing online from all these casual fans talking about how bad the match was and how boring it was, I thought this match was beautifully fought. I thought it was very strategic on both fighters. You could clearly see that both fighters did their homework on each other. It was a chess match, and each fighter was hesitant only because they did not want to make the crucial mistake. Both of these guys were extremely prepared for each other. They knew what each other's weaknesses were. They knew what each other's strengths were. And I predicted Tyron Woodley would win simply because of his experience. And in the end, experience is what pushed him over the top, and I'll explain. And even though I disagree with Dana White giving his take of the fight, I do agree with his analysis. I do think Wonderboy Thompson did win 3 of the 5 rounds. The only problem was that Wonderboy did not do enough to win the fight decisively. In round 3, when Woodley took Thompson down, he landed more strikes in that round than Thompson did in the previous 2 rounds. I think in round 4, Tyron Woodley did enough to make that round debatable. If you gave it to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, I'm not mad at you, but I think it was a debatable round. It could have went either way. I think Woodley did enough pressing forward to make that round debatable. But let's say we do give that round to Stephen Thompson. I think round 5 is where the experience came in for Tyron Woodley. Tyron knew that he had to make something happen. He needed a definitive round, and that's exactly what he gave you. Wonderboy Thompson was almost finished in round number 5 by Tyron Woodley. Now, Dana White said in his post-fight interview he does not understand how the judges gave Tyron Woodley a 10-8 round for round number 5. Now, what I want to know is, when did the criteria change for 10-8 rounds? Not only was Tyron already winning the round, but when he knocked Stephen Wonderboy Thompson down, the second knockdown, his body went limp. And even though Stephen Wonderboy Thompson recovered, he still was knocked down twice and dominated that round. That round was clearly a 10-8 round. Unfortunately, Dana White's biasness would not allow him to admit that. Now, this fight could have easily been a draw like the first fight, but this is why I believe Tyron Woodley won, and it was the right decision to give him the victory and for him to retain his title. I am an MMA purist. I believe that you have to go in and defeat the champion definitively. You have to go and beat him. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson thought he had the fight won and decided to sit on rounds he had already previously won. Tyron Woodley is the champion. In order to get his title, you have to go and definitively beat him. And this is where Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's inexperience came in. He did not press forward, and he decided to take the 5th round off. And Tyron Woodley, the experienced fighter, knew that the fight was close and that he had to press forward, and that's exactly what he did. And Tyron Woodley's experience knew that the fight was close enough that if he had a dominant 5th round, he would win a close decision. He was a smart fighter. He knew what he had to do, and he went out there and did it. Tyron Woodley in the 5th round did what neither fighter did in the 4 previous rounds. He took a chance. He put himself out there, and he succeeded because he took a chance. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson did not take a chance. He reserved himself, and he fought safe. And thereby, he let Tyron come in and steal the fight with round number 5. Which goes to show you, no matter how much strategy, no matter how much chess plan you put, sometimes you just have to go all in. Sometimes you have to call the bluff. Sometimes you just have to throw caution to the wind. And that's exactly what Tyron Woodley did, and he won the fight and retained the welterweight title of the world. And believe me, fight fans, you may feel different about this. You may think Stephen Wonderboy Thompson won this fight clearly. But in the end, this will be a good thing, and let me explain why. Because this will now force challengers to come in and beat the champion definitively. This will cause them not to sit on rounds, not to lay back and take the fight to the champion. This will also cause a challenger to push forward and not to so quote-unquote sit on a lead. Wonderboy thought he had a lead and he sat on it. And in MMA, anything could happen. Anything can happen. In one moment could change the fight. And this is a learning lesson for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He will learn from this and learn that when you have the lead, just don't sit on it, but close the show. It is important to close the show, to put your foot on your opponent's neck and win the fight definitively, decisively. So congratulations to the still welterweight champion of the world, Tyron Woodley. I think you earned it. I think you deserve it because you stepped out, you threw caution to the wind, you pressed forward, and you had to go take this victory back. And you're the champion. You had to go in and take your title back because Stephen Wonderboy Thompson had the fight won. And Tyron, the experienced champion who's been around the block, who's been there and done that and been through the grind of it all, he knew that I had to go in there and take back my title. And that's exactly what he did by dominating the 5th round, understanding that the fight is close and that I can still steal the fight with a dominant round. And that's exactly what he did. And you cannot hate on him for that. You cannot be mad at him for that. You can only be mad at Stephen Wonderboy, who sat on his lead, or his supposedly lead. And he lost the fight because Tyron stepped out and took a chance. The chance that Stephen Wonderboy did not want to take. And so Tyron did. And then by the end, Tyron came out victorious. So I think he deserved it. So congratulations to Tyron Woodley. And hopefully this will be not only a lesson to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but also other young fighters that are coming up that have all this talent, that have this unique skill set, and possibly winning a fight, a championship fight, and no, not to sit on that lead, but to press forward to close the show. Close the show. This is your boy M. Carter. Thanks for the listen. Write your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to The Truth. I appreciate the listen. Peace.